What's up, YouTube? Did you know when you consume carbohydrates after a workout, you are reducing muscle fatigue and aiding to muscle repair? There is this misconception in the fitness industry that says we should reduce all carbs at once. This is the way. And those people couldn't be more wrong. Let me explain why. If this is our first time meeting, welcome. My name's Nick Venuti. I'm an exercise physiologist and a personal chef, and I also own a business called The Healthy Yinzer. Before we can even get into the juicy stuff, we need to know what substrates are burned during exercise. And those two substrates are primarily fats and carbohydrates. Now, most of us know the macronutrients, protein, fats, and carbs. But one thing we might not know is that actually carbohydrates are not an essential macronutrient. Why? Because of gluconeogenesis. Your body can actually synthesize enough glucose to keep the body functioning for as long as it needs to be. Now, this chart here is the RER, or Respiratory Exchange Ratio. Now, the Respiratory Exchange Ratio indirectly shows the muscle's oxidative capacity to get energy. Now, I bring this up to give you an idea of what substrates are being burned at a particular intensity. So you can see at rest, we are at 0.80. So you can see we're actually burning more fats than we are carbohydrates. But as you go up the list, you can start to see the transition from when your body goes from carbohydrates or from fats all the way to carbohydrates. Now, again, fat is your main fuel source when you're exercising at low to moderate intensities. Now, this happens through a process called the aerobic pathway. At higher intensities, this pathway is actually too slow, so your body has to tap into its reserve for fuel in the form of glycogen. Now, this is found in your liver and in your muscles, in which your body can really only store up to 2,500 calories at a time. So when you're working out at higher intensities, you are depleting these storages as much as 40%. Why is it important to refuel these glycogen storages? Well, it comes down to your immune system. Your immune system is your best defense against infection. Like the cold and flu and that damn COVID, when you work out, what are you doing? You are putting stress on the body, thus the release of stress hormones. These hormones gotta go somewhere. So they diffuse to different parts of the body. This leaves you with fewer white blood cells in your body to fight those free radicals, thus making you vulnerable to infection. This is sometimes the reason you may get sick after leaving the gym, and this is also why marathon runners can get sick after a race. So what the hell does this have to do with carbs? Well, when you work out, like I previously just stated, your body releases cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. Research has found when you consume carbs after a workout, it returns your blood sugar to normal, and this helps suppress the stress response and helps bring your body back to homeostasis. Now, this is just a start. So how do carbs reduce muscle breakdown? Well, if you watch my previous video about protein and fat loss, we talked about gluconeogenesis. And if you want to watch that video, there should be something around here to click. But we talked about gluconeogenesis. And if we go back to that RER chart, we want to look at a couple different things. We can see that if you're a long distance runner, for example, you're going to be at the very top of that chart, that 1.0. And as you look at it, there's zero energy coming from fats, all energy coming from carbohydrates. What happens when you do not have any left in storage? You guessed it, gluconeogenesis, in the form of breaking down muscle tissue and converting it to glycogen for energy. Now, to avoid this, they made sports drinks like Gatorade, Powerade. This is why you might see someone handing out a beer in the middle of a marathon race. Simple sugars used for energy to save them from muscle atrophy. Now that you know why carbs are good to prevent muscle breakdown, let's go and see why they are equally as good for muscle repair. With everything I mentioned previously about exercise and a natural stress response, well, this is where they work together again. During resistance training, you are sustaining micro tears in the fibers of your muscle. And what repairs tissue? Amino acids and carbohydrates. It works like this. You just worked out and you're totally depleted, right? We've all been there. When you consume a simple carbohydrate, say like fruit snacks, for example, you have a spike in insulin. Normally, this isn't ideal, right? However, research has shown that an uptick in insulin actually helps get the amino acids into the muscle cells that need it. So take for an example, a smoothie after a workout is a great option because you have the fruit helping replenish your glycogen storages while aiding the amino acids to help your broke down muscle tissue. Now that you can see the importance of carbs, you're probably asking yourself, Nick, well, when the hell should I be taking them? And that brings up something called the anabolic window. And the anabolic window is a video on its own right. But to touch briefly on it, this is a limited time existing after a training session to optimize training-related muscular adaptations for your body. Now, research shows the best time to ingest carbs are immediately after to 48 hours for synthesis to occur, whereas protein synthesis occurs immediately after all the way to 72 hours after a workout, meaning you can wait 36 hours after your workout, have a shake, and the gains would be the same if you consumed it right after training. Now, there is this fallacy that there's not really an anabolic window and this is just all made up. Why are carbs important in the short term? It's simple. Energy for your next training session. They should be the first thing you replenish if you plan on training the next day. Mixing it with protein is only going to add to the benefits. Now, the question isn't whether you should be drinking protein or carbohydrates. The question should be, what are you going to do to maximize your recovery? And I'll see you on the next video.